Good morning, guys. Justin with Bingham Equipment here at the Mesa location. Today we're going to go over a few pieces of equipment to showcase more of a first-time buyer approach, right? So when you're looking at these things on the lot, you see a lot of them that may look very similar to each other. We'll point out a few differences that maybe it will make sense to you and might be something that you're looking for in the next machine. So first we're going to start off with a T62. So when you look at the T62 compared to T595, one of the things that you notice is a T62 is a vertical lift or radius lift machine, which means the loader arms in the back are flush with the back end. So this is a radius versus vertical. What that means to you is the furthest that the machine's loader arms will reach on a radius lift machine is out in front. Okay, so it's going to be just about like this. On a vertical lift, you're going to hold the load close and it'll reach a lot higher. So if you're dumping into trucks and trailers, maybe a vertical lift's for you. If you're unloading trucks on a flatbed, maybe a radius lift is the way to go. When it comes to weights on what they're able to lift, on Bobcat, all track machines are going to be rated at 35% of tip. So on the T62, if we look in here, there's always cheat sheets too on the arms. So this one here is rated at 2,150 pounds, whereas this one here on M series is rated at 2,100 pounds. And again, 35% of tip. So that'll be any position of the boom. You can safely do 2,200 pounds. Okay, so we're going to showcase a few of the differences between Bobcat's R series and the previous generation M series. So when you're looking at the machines, again, if you're just doing a glance, a once over, they look very similar in nature, right? The things that you want to look for that might be important to you. So on this one, you've got a power Bobcat. So you can actually load and unload buckets and different attachments from a push of the button inside the cab. Same thing with the M series. That one's also equipped with a power Bobcat. Some of the differences you'll notice here with the cast loader arms, you've got a different angle. So when you're sitting in the cab, it's got a different one-piece cab on it. You actually have a little bit better line of sight with the new R series loader arms versus the M series. If you notice on the M series, you've got the big welded on plates here. So plenty of structural integrity, not the best visibility comparatively to the R series. Talking about the block on the front, so you've got standard flow on this machine with 7-pin and then a case drain as well. So if you're running a brush cat, you're going to run a case drain. Just return the hydraulics and cool off the motor for that. Some of the other differences that you'll notice on these two machines, this one here is equipped with what's called the SJC, selectable joystick controls. So right here in the cab, I don't know if you can see from here, so these are actually fully adjustable front to back along with your seat. Okay, so on this one, even though it's a standard control, it is still fully adjustable, and I'll show you how. So ideally, no one's going to drive a machine like that. Right? Maybe once you're in there, you can kind of get in there if you like it. Otherwise, you can spread them all the way out too, depending on where you like to ride and how comfortable it is. Okay. The seat, again, still fully adjustable. Slides forward, back, tips down. In the back there is where you have your owner's manual. And then, of course, the ROPS, the lap bar protection. All right, so with M series versus R series, some of the biggest differences that are going to be showcased, you can't really see visibly. So what we'll do on the machines down there, the S series, we'll show you the engine compartment, and we'll lift a couple of cabs on those as well. So from the M series T595, we bump up to a T86. There's probably 6 different machines in the size category from a 595 to a T86. But we'll showcase one of the smaller machines that Bobcat offers on an R series versus the biggest machine that it offers. Okay, so T86, this one, if you'll notice, and then what we say too is always kind of look for the stickers. So you want to sell off of stickers, buy off of stickers. If you have a question on what the machine comes with equipment-wise, just start looking for decals. So this one being a Bobcat T86, comes with high flow hydraulics, does have an option for a super flow, which would bump it up to 42 gallons per minute. It's just a different block and then an added feature in the features on demand function. This one here obviously is a fully enclosed one-piece cab versus 2 open stations that we looked at previously. Tracks are not only bigger, but they're wider. So we've got standard tracks on both these models here, and then a wider track option C-pad pattern on this one as well. Again, vertical lift. This one is rated at 3,700 pounds. So again, any position of the boom, this one's 3,700 pounds, which is 35% of tip. Some of the fun facts, if you're thinking about trailering these options, so on a T62, if you're looking for weight, that one over there weighs 8,612 pounds. This one here is 7,822 pounds, and the T86 is 12,393 pounds. So keep that in mind when you're looking for trailering options. So if you want to look at inside the cab, again on the R Series, this one's got the 7-inch deluxe display, upgraded suspension air ride seat, again selectable joystick controls with the different positions, and backup camera on this one as well. All right, so now brings us to our wheeled machines or skid steers. The reason I call them skid steers is because they skid when they turn. It's pretty simple. So what we're starting off here with is one M series machine and then 2 R series machines. 2 of these are going to be radius lift, and you'll see by the back end how there's no additional bar on top. And the M series, here's a smaller version, so it's an S510. And then we have an R series S62, and then the most popular Bobcat product out there is an S66 currently. So we'll start here with the S510. Again, open ROPS. So we talked about on the track loaders over there. This one still has the adjustable standard controls, so hand and foot. We talked about the hands. Obviously, you're going to push to drive and pull. Hydraulic function, so you're going to feel a little bit more of the machine when you're driving, whereas an SJC, you've got electric over hydraulic, so you can just move everything with your hands, and it's a little bit easier on the body long term. Your feet pedals, your feet rest like this. Your right foot would raise and lower the bucket, and then left foot raise and lower the loader arms. So kind of a multitask, multifunction. If we look at the R series again, we talked about the differences on the blocks here. So this one still has hydraulic flow, case drain option, but if you see the port here, we're missing the 7-pin. So this one you'd be able to run standard attachments. Just anything would run hydraulics, but nothing that would oscillate like a broom or a snowblower option. So now these standard controls aren't as adjustable as the old style. Reason being is because on an M series, you've got the drive belt, and on the R series, you've got direct drive options. We'll show you what the underneath of the cab looks like on the differences on the 2 of them, and show you kind of underneath what where everything is placed. So S66, again, we noticed the power bob attach on this one, whereas this S62 doesn't have that as an option. So you would just manually open and close anytime you wanted to move an attachment. Looking at underneath the cab engine compartment, I'm certainly no mechanic. I can showcase what this is, what it looks like. If you're inclined to want to work on things yourselves, you can look at that and say, okay, I can fix that or I can replace that. Otherwise, Bobcat comes with a 2-year, 2,000-hour warranty. I recommend you use it. Okay. Now, as you come around here to the back, so this engine, Bobcat product, Doosan, it's a Tier 4 compliant. It's called transverse, so or east to west placement. So left to right, you can see where it is. This one has the the original M series coolant options, kind of the smaller fuel filter. Some of the noticeable differences between the M series as a whole and the R series is the fuel consumption and the cooling. So it's a ability to cool down when you're using different functions and different attachments. So if we pop over here to the R series, so you'll see the engine is different placement. They call it inline. And then on the back grate, you'll see different louvers. So on the R series, you've got the ability to draw more air in to keep over the engine, so it cools it off easier. So on the M series with a reversing fan, what it would used to do is it would draw air from the top and then kick air out from the sides. Our series reversing fan, it sucks air all the way in through the back louvers, comes up, and then exits through the top. And then when it reverses, it cycles out the other way. Fuel tank is here. M series is kind of underneath everything. If you notice on the front, we walk through. So again, underneath, one-piece cab. You see everything with direct drive motors here. All the hoses, all the attachments, easily accessible. The battery, so if you want to replace the battery, you pop the cab. Otherwise, if you wanted to jump the battery, you've got those 2 ports in the back, so you can get at that as well. Otherwise, I think Bobcat states that there's only 3 places that you have to move one thing to get to. Otherwise, everything is fully accessible if you're available and you're a mechanic, you want to do that stuff. For me, I would much rather just look at a warranty, extended warranty, and bring it into the techs in the shop and have them take care.
The Bobcat National Sales Event is going on now. Get financing as low as 0% for 60 months or cash rebates up to $10,000 on the industry's most comfortable compact track loader. But only for a limited time at the Bobcat National Sales Event. Visit our dealership today.